Wedding planners, what's the most obvious affair you've witnessed during someone's happiest day? I've been planning weddings for 8 years. I've seen grooms forget their vows, brides trip down the aisle, and mothers-in-law wearing white out of spite. But nothing prepared me for the Rothwell wedding. Bridget Rothwell was marrying Damian Carver. Old money meeting tech money. Everything had to be perfect. Ice sculptures flown in from Vermont. Imported orchids that cost $300 per stem. A string quartet that cost more than my car. The guest list read like a Fortune 500 directory. The red flag started during our first meeting at her family's estate. Bridget kept checking her phone every 30 seconds, giggling at messages like a teenager. When I asked about the honeymoon itinerary, she got vague and distracted. Damian handles all that, she said, typing furiously. During the final dress fitting at Kleinfeld's, her maid of honor Sloane pulled me aside in the hallway. "Has Bridget mentioned Trevor?" she whispered, glancing around nervously. I shook my head, pulling out my planning notebook. Her personal trainer from that boutique gym downtown. They've been inseparable since January. I mean, inseparable. The wedding was scheduled for June 15th. The affair had been going on for 5 months. On the big day, I arrived early to oversee setup. That's when I saw Trevor sneaking out the back of the bridal suite, hair disheveled, straightening his shirt. Bridget appeared in the doorway wearing only a robe, lipstick smeared, calling after him. Tonight, the Marriott downtown, room 412. My stomach dropped. In 4 hours, she'd be walking down the aisle. During the ceremony, I watched from the back. Bridget kept scanning the crowd. When she spotted Trevor, somehow he'd gotten himself invited as Sloane's +1, her face lit up like Christmas morning. Meanwhile, Damian gazed at her with genuine love, completely oblivious. The reception was worse. While Damian gave his heartfelt speech about finding his soulmate, Bridget and Trevor exchanged heated glances across the room. During the father-daughter dance, she whispered something to her dad that made him glance nervously at Trevor. Then came the bouquet toss. Bridget aimed directly at a cluster of single women, but the flowers sailed over their heads, straight into Trevor's hands. The room erupted in confused laughter. Trevor's face went crimson as he awkwardly handed them to a nearby bridesmaid. That's when Damian finally noticed. He'd been tracking his wife's gaze all night without realizing it. Now he saw what everyone else had. The way she looked at Trevor wasn't admiration for good choreography. During the cake cutting, Damian leaned close to Bridget's ear. "Who's the guy who caught your bouquet?" Her face went white. "Nobody, just Sloane's friend." Damian's smile never wavered, but his eyes went cold. "Right, Sloane's friend who you've been staring at all night." The final straw came during their last dance. Bridget's phone buzzed. She actually checked it during her wedding dance and typed a quick response. Damian stopped moving. "Really?" he said loud enough for nearby guests to hear. "On our wedding night?" Bridget stammered some excuse about work emails. Damian just nodded, kissed her cheek, and walked off the dance floor. He found me by the gift table. "The photographer got everything, right?" he asked calmly. I nodded, confused. 3 days later, divorce papers were filed. Damian's lawyers had compiled a comprehensive timeline of the affair, using wedding photos, vendor testimonies, and security footage. The prenup Bridget had signed became her financial death sentence. Trevor lost his gym membership when the scandal broke. Turns out Damian owned the building. Bridget called me 6 months later, asking if I'd plan her next wedding. I told her I was fully booked. Forever.